Good morning and happy Sabbath. I hope everybody is well today. So today's story is one that we're pretty familiar with, that we hear usually every Christmas. But I think that this story is very important and very special. So the story today is about the three wise men. So what I find interesting about this story is how these three wise men, one night in the far east, were just looking up at the sky and saw this bright, big, beautiful new star. Now these wise men studied the stars, so they knew that this star was brand new. They quickly realized that this star was a sign from God. They knew that it had been said that when a new, bright, big star shows up in the sky, the new king had been born. Not only that, but it had also been said that if they followed the star, they would find the king. So these wise men decided to follow the star. It took days and nights, and they went through hills and deserts and mountains to finally get there. They ended up at King Harold's palace first. Once they found King Harold, they realized that he had a very different plan. However, King Harold told them, "Please, when you find this king, tell me where he is so he can worship him too." Of course, King Herod had no intention of worshiping Jesus because he knew that the new king was going to take over his kingdom, and this scared him. So then the wise men went into Bethlehem and finally found Mary holding the baby, and they knew that that baby was the Son of God, the new King of the Jews. So they laid down their gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and they worshiped Jesus because they knew how special he was. Shortly after, the wise men realized that King Harold had a very different plan through the vision of an angel. So they decided to take a different route back home so they wouldn't run into King Herod. Later, during another night, Joseph got a vision from an angel too, and this angel told him to go to Egypt with Mary and the baby because Jesus was no longer safe in Bethlehem. So they quickly hurried and traveled all the way to Egypt. It wasn't until King Herod passed away that Jesus was able to come back into Bethlehem, and that's where he grew up. So we have to realize how important this story is. We hear it every year, and we're very familiar with it. But I encourage you to look more into the story of the wise men. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a happy Sabbath.